Look at this, y'all. Y'all see Aaliyah is taking over the city. She got another billboard in the middle of Times Square. This is like the third, fourth, fifth one. This is amazing. 20 years later, look at this. This is incredible. Blackground, y'all just did a thing on this. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. We got so much to talk about. We have so much to talk about, especially regarding the future of Aaliyah's legacy, with everything that's been going on, with everything that's been happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so exhilarating. This is so refreshing. I know y'all all feel happy. You know, there's some little we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. But this video, I feel like it's like a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel renewed. I feel optimistic. And we're gonna discuss this right now. First of all, let's start off with 1 in a Million. We already know it's on streaming services. Recently, Aaliyah's self-titled just came out on streaming services, and it already reached #1. It hit #1 on iTunes in under 2 hours. This is Aaliyah, self-titled. Are we surprised? We're not surprised. We're not surprised. I wasn't. Basically, this video, I want to talk about the future of Aaliyah's legacy, because y'all know, all my people that have been watching me for so long, and even if you're a new subscriber and you look back at my old videos, 8, 7, 9 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, when I was doing all those, Aaliyah's legacy is on crutches. Aaliyah's legacy, oh my God. Will Aaliyah's music finally get released? And it's like, I know. Thank y'all for sticking with me, pushing with me, you know what I'm saying? Staying with me, staying with my channel, because in the back of my mind, I was just like, damn, how long am I gonna keep doing this? How long am I gonna keep doing all these videos for Aaliyah's legacy? And I know people want to watch it, but I'm like, eventually I'm like, people gonna get tired. Oh, this guy on YouTube keep talking about Aaliyah. Oh my God, okay, we get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know y'all share the same frustration as me, but it's just like, damn, how many more videos like this am I gonna do? Because it's just like nothing else was coming out. But now that everything has came out, all the stuff that happened over the last week, all the stuff that has happened, it's like, it's like it's overwhelming. We wake up tomorrow, what's gonna come out? What new pictures gonna come out? What new Aaliyah event is gonna come out? What new Aaliyah commercials gonna come out? What new Aaliyah merchandise is gonna come out? What new Aaliyah video game is gonna come out? What new Aaliyah animated series is gonna come out? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. And that's what I want to talk about. The future of Aaliyah's legacy is looking brighter than it ever did in the last 15 years. And that's not, Aaliyah's legacy was always strong. But it was so, because of the music and the streaming and all that, and all of that stuff, it was so much controversy and, problems and conflict, and it's just like, but now that her music was on streaming services, she's hitting #1, top 10 on the Billboard 200, and you know what I'm saying, breaking all these records. You know what I'm saying? Like, so exciting. It's so refreshing to get on here and do a video like this, And I'm not like Aaliyah's legacy is, and it's like, I'm not making fun of myself, because it was serious back then. We never knew. None of us knew this was gonna happen. I was optimistic. I was always optimistic, but we just never knew, right? So for all this to be happening now, it's like, I'm excited, but I was like, damn, it's about time. It's about time. #1, I have to give it to Blackground Records 2.0. They doing they with this promo. Do y'all see this promo that they rolling out for Aaliyah self-titled and for like the whole Aaliyah catalog coming out? Blackground Records is doing a thing with this promo. I said all this about them, but that was back in the past. In retrospect, it's easy to say, but none of us knew this was gonna happen. And after 15 years of nothing, they better be doing this and more. But I gotta give them props for this rollout. This promo, these adverts, is chef's kiss. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is amazing. And all the different billboards I done seen in Times Square alone, I'm gonna show y'all right here. Just to let y'all know, it's official. Aaliyah is really back on billboards in Times Square. Like, this is crazy. The last time this happened was 2001. Aaliyah is really coming. Like, this is crazy. Look, y'all, it's true. Aaliyah has got another billboard in Times Square. Like, look at this. Aaliyah is coming. Aaliyah is here. Go stream 1 in a Million now on streaming services.
Look at this, y'all. I'm getting closer and closer. I'm crossing the street. Y'all see this? She's really taking over the whole city. I gotta give Blackground props to this. They got her everywhere. Look at this. This is amazing. Don't forget, Aaliyah Subtitled on all streaming services right now.
And shout out to Luke Hutchie. He was in Toronto and he filmed this billboard.
Oh my god. Perception, right? Acrylic, plastic.
And not only that, but Aaliyah got billboards all around the world. You know, New York, LA, Canada, London, Paris, Germany, the Netherlands, Tokyo. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Blackground Records is doing a thing with this promo. They doing a thing with this. Even, you look on the Blackground Records 2.0 YouTube channel. You know, another thing is, you know, I'm kind of mad that they took down her old videos that had millions of views. And now it's like, it's a fresh start and she's got to start all over with the view count, but it is what it is. You know, I guess that's the business side of it all. You know, One in a Million had like over 70 million views and now it's starting over, but you know, it is what it is, you know? But if you go on their channel, you see that they have these visualizers. Like they have the audio of each Aaliyah song from each of her albums and the soundtracks, but they have visualizers to go with it. And I gotta say, I love the One in a Million visualizers, but y'all saw the Aaliyah Subtitled visualizers? I'm gonna just leave some screen caps right here. Whoever on Blackground thought of having those visualizers for the YouTube videos, they the MVP of Blackground right now. They are the MVP. Like, they go so perfect, the aesthetic, the look, and each visualizer had like her A symbol with like a different theme and setting and an aura depending on the song, and it was just perfect. It was perfect. Blackground Records, y'all doing your thing with this. And I know it's easier to say this now, but this is me, or they promoting this album better now than they did in 2001. And I know it was a different time and Aaliyah didn't have that much time to promote because we all know what happened. But it's like, y'all promoting this better now than y'all did 20 years ago. But like I said, after 15 years of nothing, y'all better go in with this, okay? I'm loving it. And on top of that, we getting all these unreleased photos. And they're just releasing it like nothing. Like, you just never know what's going to happen next. And then another thing, in NYC recently, they had an Aaliyah event. Basically, it was like an Aaliyah exhibit, Aaliyah pop-up event, where it had like all her memorabilia and like the motorcycle and fan letters and a replica of her dressing room and all these pictures. They even had unreleased footage from Rock the Boat. You know, the green screen where she was dancing with the white and the blue jeans. And it's just like, wow. And you know what I'm saying? And they had like artwork and memorabilia, and it's just like, you know, that gave the idea. I'm like, y'all need to make this a permanent museum. Aaliyah, at this point, Aaliyah deserves her own museum, her own permanent museum in New York City somewhere. All the fans can come year round to visit it, from all around the world to visit it. Aaliyah deserves her own museum now. I mean, it's about time. It's about time. I'm gonna keep saying it throughout the video. It's about time, you know? And can we talk about that new anime promo, that animated promo they just released for Aaliyah's music coming back, Aaliyah's Subtitled coming back? You know, I'm not gonna post a video because you know Blackground love doing copyrights. They already took down 2 of my videos. I'm just letting y'all know. So I'm not gonna post the video. I'm gonna just post a screen cap right here. Did y'all see that animation? Yo, I know that hit us all. Like, just watching that 20 years later, she got a new animated promo and just the visual, and then she's opening the floodgates. It's like, you know, it's been so deserted and she's finally returning to open up the floodgates to her music again, and then she just goes back and flies off like a dove. Ooh, that hit me hard. I know it hit y'all hard too, because it's just like, damn, you know, it's so bittersweet, but it's just like, wow. Blackground, y'all doing your thing. I hope y'all got some more, because after 15 years, Aaliyah deserves this and more. And Alex, shout out to you, because we was just talking about this, where it's just like, imagine all the things that this has opened up for Aaliyah, as far as like adverts and advertisements, and you know, hearing Aaliyah songs and commercials, and you know, Aaliyah having all these ad spots and all the stuff that just opened up for Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? Even back to when, people used to go on American Idol or X Factor and use songs to audition with. It was always Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Alicia Keys, Beyonce, Celine Dion. But it's just like, you never heard nobody use an Aaliyah song to audition with. Now that could be a possibility. Like, even little things like that. Hearing Aaliyah songs in commercials. Things like that. Just open up all the possibilities, and just thinking about that and thinking about how Aaliyah's legacy is going to be, more people are learning about her, and, some of our friends, they're not as big of fans of her as we are, but her thing is on Spotify, her music on Spotify, let me listen to it. And they might not become her biggest fans, but they're like, oh, okay, I like her, she was dope, I like this song, oh, they add it to their playlist. That's what this was all about. Introducing Aaliyah, reintroducing Aaliyah, but introducing Aaliyah to the masses, to a new mass of people, to a new mass of fans, to a new generation in this new digital age and this new streaming era. Like I said before, and it's just so exciting that it's finally happening. It's finally happening. And another thing I want to bring up is, y'all remember, for all of y'all that watched me back then, 8 months ago, for Aaliyah's birthday, January 16th, I released this video. I do this all for you, we do this all for you, and here's to an even greater legacy this year. Happy 42nd birthday. Let's put the positive atmosphere out there, you know what I'm saying? And let's see what happens. We got a whole 11 more months. So, this was coming. And last but not least, we need Aaliyah's music on streaming services, all platforms, all her music. AJ Nothing But a Number is nothing but a number. It's been up there for how long? Like, we know that's the first album, boom, 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 ba-da-da, ba-da-da, right? We need all of Aaliyah's music on streaming services, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all of that. And I'm telling you, when they finally release it, hopefully soon, right? When they finally release some music, we already know it's going to take over. It's going to top the charts. It's going to be a big trending thing. Everybody going to be posting all these articles, the Shade Room. It's probably going to be in the news. It's going to be a big thing. I'm telling you. It's going to take over iTunes. And everybody that was talking trash is going to be like, Like, people don't know the power of Aaliyah. People don't know the power Aaliyah still holds, the power Aaliyah still has. 20 years later, her 42nd birthday, like, we got to go hard. It has to, we got to keep it going, keep the positive affirmations going, keep the positive energy out there. This year is going to make 20 years since Aaliyah transitioned. So we got to go hard. It got to be everything got to come full circle. 20 years? Aaliyah would have been 42 right now. We got to go hard. Let's get this discussion going. And let's hope it happens. And I know a lot of people was like, no, and I was optimistic in the video. And I look back, I was wearing the same shirt. in the video. That's the irony. That's the symbolism. That's why I'm wearing it now. Because 8 months ago, for Aaliyah's birthday, I had the shirt on with the, it's 2021, the year of Aaliyah. Basically, like, is this the year where everything's going to happen for her? She's going to get all her accolades. Her music is going to get released. Everything that she deserves is going to finally happen. Or there's still some more stuff that got to be done. The fight is not over. There's still some more stuff we got to get for her. But, like, in that video, I was listening to all the stuff, and I was so optimistic. And, I don't cry often. I'm not, an over emotional person, but it's like, it's hard not to, like, tear up when I look back at that footage from 8 months ago and seeing, like, how I was fighting, and we was all in the comments fighting, and we was just like, it seemed like it was a dead end, and it seemed like, damn, what I'm saying, like, is anybody, and I was never going to give up on Aaliyah. I was going to keep doing my videos, but at some point, you just like, you fighting an endless fight, And for all this to happen all this time later, I'm like, yes, I'm so glad I kept pushing. I'm so glad that y'all stuck with me. I'm so glad that y'all kept pushing with me. Y'all stayed around. More people came on board with me. Y'all all subscribed. We all built this community together, with me as the, what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, wow. Sometimes I sit back and this is all so surreal. I'm like, wow. 8 months later, look at everything that has happened. Look at everything that has been released. Look at everything that has been done for Aaliyah. And she's breaking all these records and all these articles and this and that and this and that. And that's like, finally, it's about time. It's about time. Out of all of my Aaliyah shirts, this one right here, if y'all ever ask me, this one right here is my favorite one. That's why I wore it in that video 8 months ago. That's why I'm wearing it now. And if y'all saw my Aaliyah 20th anniversary video, tribute video, that's why I used this picture in the thumbnail. You know, I feel like this shirt is so ironic. It has so much symbolism in it, especially for me and my channel. And it's just like, I don't know, I feel like this was just Aaliyah at one of her peak moments in her career. From the picture, the outfit, the look, everything that was going on in this time period. So for me to be wearing this shirt now, 8 months later, when everything is happening and there's more to come, it's just like, I told y'all, everything comes full circle. We still got to talk about that conflict. Y'all know the conflict with the, oh, where's the money going? And I don't want to support this because Aaliyah's mother and brother's not involved. And here's another thing. You know what I'm saying? We get it. We all get it. But at this point, it's kind of like, and to see, this is some of the things like Rashad is being, I feel like Rashad is being he's being a little petty about it. Because he posts this on his story often. And this is just some of the posts he posts on his story. You're not a real Aaliyah fan. You're not on the right team. You're not on the right side. Don't support this. We're not getting no money. We're not getting no money. None of this is going to her mother and brother. You know, he's posting little innuendos and little But it's kind of like, Rashad, like how many, I'm not going to keep harping on this, but it's just like, Rashad, here's the bottom line. So many different ways, whether we like it or not, whether we want to take it or not, whether we have this idea of Barry Hankinson and Blackground or not, Barry Hankinson is clearing his name. He's putting himself out there. He's doing top-notch promo with Blackground Records for all this Aaliyah catalog and all the Aaliyah music and all the Aaliyah promo. He's doing top-notch promotion with this. He's putting himself out there. He's doing all these interviews. He's telling his side. And you just hiding behind, you know, little sneaky hidden Instagram story posts and little messages that we got to use a thesaurus to figure out what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not being clear. You're not being direct. It's still up in the air. And it's kind of like, okay, we get it. Y'all wasn't involved. But it's kind of like, at this point, that's not our problem. You're not involved with this. As Aaliyah's brother, it's not our problem. This is your uncle. I gotta say this 3, 4, 5 more times. This is your uncle. You know what I'm saying? This is not no random manager that just signed Aaliyah way back when. Or, you know, he was a big name in the industry and y'all let Aaliyah. This is your uncle. So you want to be petty and do this and post this and say this, and you want to put the fans in the middle? This is your uncle. You know, the fact that you're not talking to him, y'all have whatever beef with him, not to say that Barry is 100% innocent, that he's, you know, his name is cleared, and, oh, Barry. No. That's not the angle this is coming from. It's more of like it's not our problem that you and your uncle are not talking, that y'all not having no communication, that y'all still didn't connect to have her music and her estate be at one accord. That's not our problem. So for you to try to still be sticking the fans in the middle of it, that's a problem. Now that's a problem because you're making it a conflict it don't have to be. You can, and I know, like I said, family issues, family ties, family drama, family business, but now it's spilling over into Aaliyah's legacy. Aaliyah's legacy is looking brighter than ever, right? Especially within the last 15 years. Y'all still trying to put Aaliyah's fans in the middle. Y'all still trying to put her legacy in the middle. And now, every now and then, I see comments like, where's the money going? Oh, I'm not supporting it because her mother, brother's not getting no money. Her state is not getting no royalties and this and that and this and that. And it's like, okay, maybe Blackground and Barry could be more transparent with where's the money going? Is some of the money going towards the Aaliyah Memorial Fund? Like, they could be more transparent with that. But it's like, Rashad, at the end of the day, he always had that legal right. And if he didn't have it over the last 15 years, he surely has it now. So what are you going to do? You want to keep releasing sweaters and shirts? Because we're tired of that. We're tired of it. The same sweaters, the same shirts, the new, you know, it's nice. I bought some of them. Hello? I bought some of them. I bought most of them. But it's like, Aaliyah was a music artist. You know, Aaliyah is not only an aesthetic for graphic tees and sweaters, and you have this new collection that y'all just came out with. Y'all selling $200 sweaters. You know what I'm saying? $100 underwear. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, and shout out to Dante. Dante, shout out to you, because we talked about this, where it's kind of looking like Blackground and Barry Hinkerson are the superheroes coming in to save Aaliyah's legacy. They're the ones coming in saving Aaliyah's legacy, and you know, they was looked at as the villains before. But you know how you have those stories where it's like the villain, but now you get the backstory and something happens to where, you know, people not sympathize with them, but more people are on, you know, the villain is not seen as so villainous now, and the one that was seen as the good guy is the one in the background. Nobody paying him no attention. Not for nothing, but is it me or all of this is kind of humanizing Barry in a way? Because I know before it was all these rumors that he was so old, and I even heard rumors that he was in a wheelchair now, and he was old, he couldn't get around, and he was so secluded, and he was like hiding away from the cameras, which he was. 15 years and nobody knew nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all of this is kind of humanizing Barry. You know? Barry is he's being looked at as the uncle who's righting his wrongs. He's righting his wrongs, and he's doing everything he can now to preserve, promote, and share his legendary niece's legacy 15 years later, after everything that happened with the legal drama and all this and all that. And you know what I'm saying? And Rashad is seeming like the petty brother that's kind of like, well, we're not getting nothing from this. Don't support it. Don't stream it. We're not getting nothing from this. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not calling him. Oh, I don't want to talk to him. We're not getting nothing from this. No, I'm not talking to him. And it's kind of like,
oh my God.
He always had that right. Rashad never had any type of rights over that. And, you know, to be fair, Rashad, as we know, only has control over the image, or most of the image, because you see certain pictures that they never use. Interesting. But it's kind of like, and sad to say, but this is indirectly putting a lot of people on Barry's and Blackground Records side. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, you know, Rashad, you have your point. You could have a point. You could have a reason why you're not really talking to him and this and that. But if you never come out and say nothing, nobody is ever going to know. And all we do know is that Barry Hinkerson and Blackground, they have all Aaliyah's music out. They're doing all this top-notch promo. And you just trying to sell, all you're doing is leaving these statements, selling $200 Aaliyah sweaters. I mean, what is that really doing for Aaliyah's legacy? When you have Blackground Records with all this top-notch promo. You know, because of them, Aaliyah's album went #1 on iTunes. Because of them, 1 in a million went top 10 on the Billboard 200 25 years later. And Rashad, what else are you going to do? You know, like I said, you don't have that much access to this and that. But my thing is, if y'all communicate, y'all be on one accord, it'll be no problems. But you want to be petty, you don't want to do this, you don't want to reach out, or whatever this situation is. And now it's kind of like, it is what it is. But I've been listening to Aaliyah self-titled for the last 2 days. I just been getting my life with it. Basically, I didn't get my life with it, because it's just like, damn, just to see Aaliyah's album cover on, look, let me show y'all. Just to see Aaliyah back on Spotify with a new picture. They finally changed that picture. Y'all know that picture with the black and white, where she had that hoodie on, she was like they finally changed that picture. Just to see. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, just to see her album cover on Spotify. Her album covers. Come on. Look what they're doing. And Rashad, this is kind of like, you making it hard for us, but now it's like he's kind of becoming like annoying. He's becoming like the annoying petty brother, like, well, I can't have my way, so I don't support this. Y'all shouldn't either. Like, I'll be damned. I'll be queen of the damned if I didn't stream her music. After how long we waited? After how much we've been through? But you're not coming out and really saying nothing. So while you figure it out, I'm going to stream We Need a Resolution. Like, really, at this point, Rashad, I hope that you can finally come to some type of agreement with Barry and y'all can sit down and talk it out, hug it out, you know. So then, I'm going to be supporting Aaliyah's legacy, her music, her chart positions, her sales, her streams. And I'm going to be streaming her album, streaming her songs, buying her merchandise. I will buy the merchandise that the estate puts out, but like I said before, Aaliyah was a music artist. Aaliyah is a music artist. And she fought hard, she worked hard. And I feel like now, in 2021, Aaliyah would want her music to be heard. She would have a problem with her family having conflict, but she would want her music out. That's what I'm thinking, and that's why I'm streaming it. But like I said before, the future of Aaliyah's legacy is looking brighter and brighter and brighter. It's looking bigger and bigger and bigger. She's getting reintroduced. She's already introduced to a new legion of fans. She already has new fans. I already see many different people tweeting and on Instagram and YouTube like, oh, I love her. I just became a fan and this and that. And oh, I just got reintroduced to her. And it's just amazing. This is all we wanted. This is what Aaliyah deserves. And it's more to come. It's more to come. So my thing is, what do y'all think the future of Aaliyah's legacy looks like? What do y'all think that Blackground is going to do next? Do y'all think that Rashad and Barry are finally going to connect? What do y'all think about this promo Blackground has been doing? What do y'all think about Rashad's point of view? Do y'all think he has a point? And if you do, would y'all like him to finally come out and speak about it? Do y'all think that Rashad and Barry and Diane will ever come to an agreement? And what do y'all think this means? Everything that's been happening, what do y'all think it means for the future of Aaliyah's legacy? Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll see y'all in the next video.